On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are back in the shop with an update on my 87 Camaro IROC-Z. I know people are demanding it, but we're back to making daily videos right now, and we're also waiting on parts. So we got a lot of stuff around the shop to fix while we wait on this. But today we're gonna fix a few things. What is going on, guys? I'm WatchJRGo, and like I said, we're back in this shop with the 87 Camaro, and in the last video, we tore the entire TPI system off of the car here and cleaned the injectors, and what we found was nothing but bad news. 3 to 4 of the injectors are dead. 3 of them are just way off target when we checked the flow rates, and the last one was like a little questionable, so that is why this thing was running pretty poorly. We could hear it running pretty poorly, and then we got it on the FLIR camera, and we could also see that like this cylinder was dead, that cylinder was dead, just a whole bunch of cylinders that just weren't getting enough fuel to run at all. But it was running, so we've made a lot of progress for a car that was just sitting outside in a field for 10 years. So today we're gonna swap out the hood struts for some brand new ones we grabbed at O'Reilly's because the hood doesn't like to open correctly. There's not enough force coming from these hood struts, even though they do hold it up. You can also tell they were put on in 97, which is crazy. But when you go to open the hood, they don't provide enough force, and the hood like kind of binds. So once we put the new ones on, it should just open perfectly. So that's gonna solve a big problem for me. I like it when the hood opens nicely. And then we're gonna rebuild the rail today too, because that has to get done. So we're gonna end up taking all of this apart, and I've got a new fuel pressure regulator waiting at O'Reilly's. We have to go pick that up right now because I do not want to take this thing apart again. It is a mess. So with that said, let's hop in the car, head over to O'Reilly's, and I'm gonna grab some DQ on the way. And this was another thing we had to order. It's turning into an order everything after the gas tank and the fuel pump we got lucky on. Thanks, Braden.
Yeah, good one, man.
Got our fuel pressure regulator, back at it. All right, guys, we're out of here. At least this one was 1 day out. The injectors, I don't know how many days out they are. So that's kind of where we're at on the Camaro project, just to give you guys the real update. They might be already shipping, they might not be already shipping. I'm just kind of hoping that they're already in the mail, because I want to get this thing going, right? It's time to drive it, and I just didn't want to drive it down that many cylinders. It would have been miserable. Well, I probably have chocolate in my teeth from the blizzard run I just made. I had to get some DQ, like I said, but we're back and we're over here with our TPI fuel rail setup. And first of all, it looks horrible. This is just filthy. So let's start by getting this all cleaned up, and then we'll start tearing this down. We're gonna replace all the O-rings and the crossover tube. We're replacing all of it. I picked up a full baton O-ring kit earlier at Harbor Freight, so we should be ready to rock. There's the regulator. Here's our new regulator. Let's tear this all down, make it pretty, and then put it back together. All right, guys, while we're over here fuel railing, gotta tell you what's coming up on the channel here, because people are gonna be upset about a few videos this month. Basically, everybody, you know, this year I've done like 4 ad spots total. Basically, no ad spots at all, just being completely honest. That is insane. Usually we do, I don't know, 2, 3 a month, something like that. But this year it's been real slow. And then everybody reached out to me at once. And being me, I don't really even put anything together. I just say yes to things. And that's exactly what happened in this case here. Also, these are T25s, just so you know. But I said yes to 3 dedicated dash camera videos. So when those videos come out, because I know everyone's watching the Camaro series. Who doesn't love this car, honestly? I mean, it's an American legend. When those come out, feel free to not watch them, or you could just turn them on in the background, that's just a nice thing to do. You don't actually, like, I wouldn't actually ask you to do that, but if you were like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, cool, that's really awesome. But other than those 2 options, let's just not say anything in the comments, because they don't really need comments. It's gonna happen no matter what. I said yes to all of them, so like the contracts are signed. I didn't realize how much I stacked into this month, so a little bit of my bad there. But with that said, there's gonna be 3 dedicated dash cam videos coming up. And then a couple other integrations too, which is crazy. The integrations obviously are no big deal. It's just normal stuff, but I hate making dedicated videos for the most part, and I signed up for a lot of them. That's what happened. I don't even know how you're supposed to get in here to these ones. Let's see if this thing comes apart in the front. All right, it's moving. So these have O-rings on both sides, these little crossover tubes here. It looks like the entire regulator does unbolt, but it's very hard to get in here. Good thing their Torx still have some positive engagement, even though you don't have a good angle. But this is all coming out. I'm just excited because we're gonna get this Camaro done. That's the main thing. These all look the same, which is awesome. Screw lengths look the same, retainers look the same. Shout out to GM for that one. Or Rochester, I guess, since it does say it was made by Rochester right on it. But a lot of this is actually very hard to service. It was just not built to be worked on. This was a put it together, throw it away when you're done. Modern fuel injection's much easier to work on. What on earth? Wow. Oh, and then you need security Torx to get the actual regulator apart. Wow. I take back everything I said. There are no redeeming qualities. You should not need security Torx on your fuel pressure regulator. Yeah, I thought some thieves would come in here and steal my diaphragm. Back to the dash cams though, if you want to do something other than watch those videos, there will be plenty of new WatchJRMow coming up. We've got some work lined up for you guys. We've been out mowing non-stop. So, clean off our bench. Here it goes. Come on, it's all loose. Come apart. There's one. There's another one. I'm kind of thinking, oh, there are O-rings. I was like, I'm not seeing these O-rings. They're in there. Oh, all these O-rings are shot. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's dry rotted, hardcore. So is that one. Ton of dry rot. Removing this regulator is an absolutely Herculean task. It did tear the O-ring coming out. It could have been bad before. I mean, I do think they're all bad. I'm not gonna touch the adjustment on this. We're just gonna pull the screws. They are security T10s, like I was saying. I figured it was time for some power because there's just too many screws to take out. And I don't know if this was bad. We're gonna find out here in a second. I almost doubt it. But this is one of those things, like I said, it's very hard to get back into this deal. So before I pull all these for real, I'm gonna note the clocking on the vacuum port. You guys know how to do that. Take a picture of it. 2 pictures. Okay. That is our clocking. Now all of this is going in the ultrasonic. Wow, look at all that dirt. That's crazy. This thing was filthy. Whoo! It's all going in the ultrasonic for sure. Wow. All right, I'm glad we did it now. I wasn't sold. I wasn't sure I even did this for a good reason. It was more of a, like, we just should do this, but now I am. I'm very sure this was destroyed.
Many minutes later.
And we're back with a bunch of freshly cleaned parts that are looking very, very good. Check it out. Everything's been through the ultrasonic. You can see some of the zinc under the paint on a lot of it, honestly. But with that said, the regulator's ready to go back together. It's as clean as it is absolutely getting. Give me a second. I'm gonna get this little bit of dirt off there. Much better. Now the regulator's looking crispy. So, I can't tell if that's an O-ring. It's not. Had to be sure. We replaced every other O-ring. I wasn't gonna leave any undone in here. So now we're ready for our cap. This ring sits on top of the cap like that. Just kind of drop it over. And let me double check our clocking, even though I think it's just like this. Just like that. So I'm gonna put everything back together. Even the screws are looking nice after a little hit with the ultrasonic there. They were filthy before, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws through the diaphragm first, kind of the best way to line all this up. You'll definitely want to get all of these started before you tighten them down, and there's even a tightening sequence. If you don't have this sheet, I figure I'll show it to you. There you go. Everything's nice and loose. Let's do this. So we're gonna start by running down the top one a little bit, and then the bottom one. Make sure it's all nice and loose as we keep going. We'll rock it side to side. None of these are being actually tightened down because your goal here is to get the spring tension back in the regulator. So, okay, that's the first one to go all the way down, I think. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna check these by hand, but that's the regulator rebuild. That's simple. Now the O-ring on the regulator, of course, ripped in half. So I'm hoping, it looks like it's this guy right here. And it is. All of these O-rings here came off the enrichment, which is insane. These little ones are 4.47 by 1.78, and then this bigger one is 607 by 178. Remember, of course, that this is the one that has to go on first. So let me put some oil on this. Oop, too much oil. That's enough oil to do this whole install. Oh yeah, goes in nice. So then all the retainers should be the same. They all say 387 on them. Screws sure cleaned up. The rails themselves really didn't clean up that well. This is the last O-ring we're trying, but I think it's actually gonna go right in now. Not easy, but it's in. We got her. All right, so then you kind of have to work this rail around here, and then you have to pull it back like this. You gotta load it like it's a BB gun. This is a real fight to put together. It doesn't even make sense. Just like that. That's how you put that bracket on there. Before we send it home, everything's getting snugged up. And honestly, I think we're there now, so that's that. That's it. New regulator, new O-rings. Drop in the last 2 screws, and we have rebuilt an entire fuel rail. I hope it doesn't leak. That's really all I can hope for. We throw some new injectors in it, and we are IROCing again. I will say, one of these clips just fits terribly. Every single time it fits terribly. It's like one of them got machined wrong. Poor tolerances or something. What an upgrade. That thing would not have worked out much longer. You can see the diaphragm was even starting to fail on the edge. Anyway, fuel pressure regulator replaced, rail rebuilt. Like I said, ready to rock as soon as our new injectors get here. And also, the Camaro is officially official. Went and got the antique tag for it. So I'm excited. Well, I mean, as soon as this thing is done, we can go drive it. So that's always a nice touch. We do need this plastic piece right here. I gotta get that. Still need the O-ring for the gas cap. There is quite the to-do list for this car. But with that said, let's move on to my next project for today. Before we jump on that other project, let's swap out these hood struts real quick. So they need to go this direction, it looks like. Well, okay. It just needs a little twist. That's what's gotta happen here. All right. So these have a little clip that you have to pry off. So let me do that right now. Let's see if we got her. Hey, that's better. A little bit of cleaning. Clean. don't want to go too hard here. And hood strut. It's the little things, guys. Before you could open the hood and it would stay, but now the hood opens itself. That's what I'm talking about, which means it will no longer get stuck at the bottom of its travel. Well, that's all the Camaro progress we're gonna make today because we're waiting on parts, like I said. So I went to a garage sale earlier today, just right here in the neighborhood, and picked up this Troy-built TB220 mower. 21-inch self-propelled. It doesn't say what the horsepower is, but I'm gonna guess it's like 5 or 6 because it's a pretty huge vertical shaft engine there. And it's way out of its warranty, I'm sure. And it didn't have any of the attachments for side discharge or rear bag, so I guess no matter what you're mulching with this guy, the wheels are worn through, but it didn't run. And they said handle broken. Handle is broken, but it looks like the handle's just missing a bolt. Okay, it's supposed to have a detent right there. Yeah, it's missing like a snap-in pin or something like that that keeps the handle from just falling down while you're mowing. But what we're gonna do is slide the handle up and put a bolt through there, and that should fix the handle problem. And then of course they said try to start it and it didn't start. You see it says 30. I paid 20 because it didn't start. And it looks like there's no gas. That looks bone dry. Let's check the oil. Let's do the small engine checklist. Ooh, I love that half twist oil. Ooh, she's a little low and filthy. So oil change, fuel. Let's put fuel in it and see if it runs, because that is oil nonetheless. And let's take off this price tag because we need to sell this thing. Got some fresh fuel here. Let's throw it in. Fuel I just picked up for the old hot air balloon inflator because we need to get that done and get it out of this shop too. And that's probably the full tank. Oh, right on the money. Guys, there's a worm in here. I kid you not. It might have been some kind of leaf deal. Just looks like a worm. No primer? No nothing. So this is a run, no run engine. Let's find out what happens. I figured the throttle was stuck there for a minute, which is why we just sat there playing with it. I should have tested the self-propel. This thing hasn't run in a long time either. It doesn't smell delicious. Oh! Things you never see on a lawnmower. The filter is beat. Wow. And there's like mold in it. Filter was wet for a while too. Anyway, super nasty filter. Governor was recovering really well. Throttle control was really good too. Like this thing's in great shape, honestly. I'm gonna throw an air filter at it, change the oil real quick. She's out of here. We need to check the self-propel. Let's fire it back up. No air filter this time. We'll just see if she works. It has neutral and forward and a speed adjustment. I think she's great. What a mower. Best 20 bucks I spent today. Why is it like this? All right, guys, here we go. The delicate balancing act. And then, of course, you got to get out of here. This has a real drain plug, which is super nice for a lawnmower. And also, the air filter was dated 3/15/2017. So somebody actually did maintenance on this mower once, which is crazy. Oop, all that oil is going straight into the deck. I don't like that design one bit. They even did a crush washer. It's like the most maintainable lawnmower engine I've seen in forever. And the oil looks good on the plug. Wow. I really wish the oil didn't drain into the side discharge attachment because that's going all over the floor for sure. All right, getting it off, here's the fun part. There we go. Now it's just gonna drip oil all over the floor. A little bit more, and we're good to go. What an easy oil change. All right, guys. quick cleanup, air filter, Troy belt, back out of here. And we are here at O'Reilly's in the DeVille. Had to use it for the parts run. We gotta take back some O-rings and pick up the filter for this lawnmower. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, you have a good one.
See you later. All right, here's our air filter. Let's go finish this mower. If you guys are working on one of these mowers, the prime line number is 708306. And it took me a while to figure this out. I had to cross-reference the MTD number, which was actually hard to find too. It's actually kind of hard to get this air filter, so there you go. And it had to come from the O'Reilly's hub too. So it didn't take too long to get here, but we're ready to rock. And this air filter is getting put out to pasture. It's done. As always, we got to do a quick mowing test. Air filter's in, and I did have to pop the float bowl off the carb too. I think the needle got stuck. That might be because while I was cleaning out the air filter housing, I put the shop vac on it and sucked it up, and I think it stopped closing. It probably sucked the needle up in or something. But I popped the floats off, gave it a couple jiggles. It's working perfectly, it's sealing. So I went ahead and put it all back together, and now, starts too easy. All right, the neighbor's yard over there needs mowed, not the guy that's mowing right now. So I'm gonna go over there and mow real quick just to clean it up for him. Mower completely sorted. We can give it the old air traffic control, see ya. So she's out of here, and you guys know what's going on with the Camaro. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. It's nice to have the antique tag on there, right? That's a big improvement. Had to go wait around for hours just to get it, but these tags are like $35 a year. This one, actually, this is new enough. It might be 64. They like doubled the price somewhere in there. So this one might be a little bit more since this is an 87, but still, it's cheaper than normal tags.